As a follow-up to my Hitmonchan video, I'm going to be playing through Generation 1 with a Hitmonlee. I decided to play through Yellow version this time to avoid the barrier and agility spam in the Lance fight, as well as the terrible AI in the Blaine fight. I do realize this will make many rival fights throughout the game easier, but I personally think it's a good trade-off. I'm also experimenting with the layout for this video. I've included all the stats and moves Hitmonlee can learn in the overlay. Do you like it? Let me know in the comments. I've also included a timer for the first time. I'm excited about this addition because it gives me a way to rank my challenges. However, please take it with a grain of salt. Due to how I create these videos, there will be a small level of inaccuracy present in this time. It would be dubious at best to use it in reference to someone else's work. As for rules, for this challenge I'll only use Hitmonlee in battle. No items in battle, and I won't use any glitches. I consider the badge boost glitch fair game, but I won't intentionally use it. What I mean by that is I may choose to use stat altering moves. If I do use a stat altering move, the badge boost glitch will trigger. I don't want to disqualify stat altering moves altogether, so this is the best way forward in my mind. You will have noticed that I defeated my rival at both locations in the early game. This ensures that he picks Jolteon as his final Pokemon. I've received a lot of comments mentioning that it is his strongest final stage, so for this run I've intentionally set it up to make things as hard as possible on me. As a sharp contrast to my Hitmonchan run, Hitmonlee makes it past Brock at level 11. Granted, it did start the fight at level 9. Honestly, this could be done at an even lower level, but I wanted to level up just a bit to ensure that I didn't get bodied by the second rival's Spearow. Brock hands out Bide as a gift. This might be very important for the ghosts later on. We'll have to wait and see. The trainers on the next route slow me down a bit with their bug Pokemon. After that, don't forget to grab the rare candy in Mount Moon. Funny enough, Hitmonlee, the Kicking Fiend, can learn Mega Punch. This is going to be helpful against bugs and poison type Pokemon. I battle the nerd and get a chance to try out Mega Punch for the first time. This feels really good. Because I know you'll ask, I'm not Madrybread. If you don't already know him, go check his channel out. He does killer challenge videos just like this one, and he's one of my biggest inspirations. The rival fight in Cerulean is a bit unpredictable. The Spearow that leads the fight can be really nasty if it lands a peck. On my third fight, it misses Leer while I set up Meditate. Then I one-hit it with Mega Punch. With the Spearow out of the way, his remaining Pokemon are not much of a challenge. Sandshrew is a 2-hit. Luckily, it uses Scratch instead of the awful Sand Attack. Then Rattata and Eevee are easy one-hits with Double Kick. More like single kick in this case though. After Nugget Bridge, I grab the Elixir and Seismic Toss. This is going to be a pivotal move for this run. I need it in order to damage ghost Pokemon. Misty's Starmie is going to KO me with Bubble Beam if it manages to hit me. In order to avoid this, I go for 3 Meditates against the Staryu. With 3 set up, I can sweep through the Staryu in a single hit. Up next is Starmie. My fingers are crossed that it won't use Bubble Beam. It doesn't, and I finish it off with a single hit. In the SSN, there are 3 important tasks. First, grab Body Slam. This is a more accurate and powerful normal move that has the chance to cause paralysis. It's a nice upgrade from Mega Punch. Then grab Rest. I don't think I'll be using it, but it's nice to have it just in case. Finally, there's a rare candy in one of the rooms. You'll only need to battle 1 trainer in order to grab it. The rival fight here is very easy. All of his Pokemon excluding Sandshrew are one-hits. Hitmonlee is such a satisfying glass cannon to use. I would have absolutely loved this Pokemon when I was a kid. If I'd thought fighting Pokemon were any good, that is. The trash can puzzle wastes my time like always. Then Surge is next. On my second fight against him, he misses Mega Kick twice, and I take him down with successive hits of Body Slam. Again, this is one of my least favorite spots in Yellow. The fact that he only has 1 Pokemon really makes the fight possible with luck alone. I've never actually been stuck here. I'm gonna go through the next section step by step. First, grab the bike voucher, then head back north to Cerulean to get the bike as well as repels and escape ropes. Then, go to Rock Tunnel. It only has 5 required trainer fights if you do it correctly, one of them being the notorious self-destructing hiker near the end of the cave. On your way to Celadon, grab the hidden elixir in the underground tunnel. Then, I stop by the department store and grab fresh water and 3 to 4 great balls. I use these balls to catch a flying Pokemon by the Fly Girl's house. Next, don't forget to grab the hidden PP up in Celadon, as well as I always set a waypoint to Saffron, so I can do that by just going through the guard's house and then entering Saffron. When the color of the city changes, then I can just fly back to Celadon. In the rocket hideout, there's 2 key items to pick up. The PP up that's hidden on one of these plants, and then the rare candy in the second spinning puzzle. Giovanni is incredibly easy because of double kick. It's super effective against all of his Pokemon. While I was completing this fight, I reflected on my Voltorb run and just how tricky this fight was. Erica could have been tough. She opens with Tangela, and it usually can't deal much damage, so I set up with Meditate for 2 turns. Unfortunately, Mega Drain is dealing a lot of damage to Hitmonlee because of my extremely low special stat. My first use of Body Slam doesn't KO it, taking it into orange health. Next, she uses Bind, which takes me down to 6 hit points. Luckily, I get out and take it down. Weepinbell goes down to a critical hit. So far so good. However, Gloom barely survives through a hit and retaliates with Stun Spore, paralyzing us. Because Paralysis cuts my speed in half, I'm really not sure I'm going to be able to knock it out. Luckily for me, Erica uses a Super Potion next turn, and I land my Body Slam. This was my second fight against her, and I certainly did luck out. Perhaps a more consistent approach would be using attacking moves right from the start and forego the setup entirely. Let me know in the comments what you think. The rival in Pokemon Tower leads with Fearow. That's pretty scary because it's a powerful flying type. Fearow is actually my go-to flying Pokemon for this generation. I only realized this more recently. Maybe I should do a Spearow run at some point. After Fearow goes down, this fight gets much easier. Shellder can't do anything, so I briefly set up before sweeping his team. Now we've come to the hard part that deserves a bit of discussion. Ghost Pokemon. There are only 3 moves that Hitmonlee learns that can damage them. Bide, Mimic, and Seismic Toss. Since Seismic Toss inflicts damage equal to the user's level, it's going to be the most consistent move to use against these early stage ghosts. With this move on my moveset, the Chandelure are fairly simple to take down, or should I say Seismic Toss down. Up next is Koga. I'm extremely worried for this fight. All of his Pokemon know Psychic. To complicate matters, they are poison and bug types, meaning my fighting stab moves will not be very effective. The first fight confirms just how bad this fight is going to be. His first Venonat takes me down. So at this level, this fight just isn't possible without insane luck. In my more recent challenges, and challenges going forward, I want to play strategies that are much more consistent, so I'll go level up at Sylph before attempting this fight again. While leveling up, I learned Jump Kick. This move only deals 1 damage of recoil if the user misses. Honestly, it's one of the best fighting moves in Generation 1. The rival fight in Sylph is very hard. Sandslash can actually be a serious threat with its critical hit slashes. I set up against it for 2 turns, and then switch into Jump Kick to take it down. I did take 1 turn of Sand Attack, and that will only be bad if I miss against Kadabra. I Jump Kicked the Ninetales and Cloyster into Oblivion. Kadabra comes out and I had my fingers crossed here. Luckily, I land my hit and it goes down. Jolteon is last. I land my kick and the battle is finished. I grab Lapras and then steamroll through Jesse and James. The Giovanni fight isn't noteworthy either. I'll take this time to just thank everyone for watching. If you want to help my channel out, leave a like and a comment below. I'm also striving to improve this content as much as possible. If there's anything you think I can add or improve, let me know. After finishing Sylph, I tried Koga again and it just still isn't working out. Despite my type disadvantage, I'm gonna try Sabrina first. Maybe the fact that all of her Pokemon are frail will allow me to be victorious. She sends out Abra first. It's an easy one-hit. I attack Kadabra and it outspeeds me and misses a Kinesis. Great. Alakazam is gonna just KO me immediately, I guess. After I take the Kadabra out, Alakazam comes out. It obviously outspeeds me and uses Psywave. Luckily, this doesn't take me down. Then second turn, it just uses Reflect and I take it down. Well, that was lucky. I'm gonna have to go level up a few times before fighting Koga again. The consistent strategy for this fight is to level up to level 50, so Hitmonlee is on par with Venomoth. When fighting the first Venonat, I can now tank damage from 2 Psychics. This allows me to set up 2 Meditates. Since I already outspeed from here, it's just a matter of using Body Slam 4 times in a row. I did try this fight with only one Meditate, but it doesn't KO the Venomoth in a single turn. However, since I outspeed all of Koga's Pokemon and can reliably survive 2 turns of Psychic, Hitmonlee having this low HP isn't actually risky. On Cinnabar Island in the Pokemon Mansion, there are a few items to grab. There's a rare candy in this room, a hidden rare candy in this corner, and of course the secret key we need to get into Blaine's gym. Why does this gym have a key? I don't know. Blaine is pretty tricky. His Pokemon all know moves that can deal massive damage to the glass cannon that is Hitmonlee. What I need to do is set up on Ninetales so that I can get off 2 Meditates. Funny enough, after setting up, I accidentally misclicked and used Seismic Toss once before switching into High Jump Kick and taking the Ninetales out. Luckily I got through the fight with 11 HP. Rapidash is a one-hit with High Jump Kick, and Blaine's Ace, Arcanine, follows suit. I just want to mention that in Generation 1, High Jump Kick only does recoil damage of 1 HP if it misses. It also is only an 85 power move, so it's fundamentally different than in later generations. Giovanni's Dugtrio goes down to High Jump Kick immediately. I was considering setting up against Persian because I know the Niddos are going to be tricky to take out. However, since this was my initial attempt, I decided to just see how the Niddos were going to feel. I accidentally used High Jump Kick and did very little damage to Nidoqueen. At this point, I thought the fight was basically over, but with 4 successive hits, I managed to take it down. My health isn't in a good place though, so Nidoking is going to polish me off. I deal what appears to be more damage to Nidoking than to Nidoqueen, perhaps the badge boost glitch from Nidoqueen's Tail Whip, and then I live through its double kick. It's a miracle it misses the next attack, allowing me to take it down and move on to Rhydon. Now I misjudged this one. I thought that because I have 2 times effective High Jump Kick, I'm going to be able to take it down in a single hit. Nope, Rhydon has really good defense. In a master class on Giovanni's awful AI, he uses a guard spec and allows me to take him down on the next turn. So first and last attempt, I guess. I said I'm going to be trying to go for more consistent strategies, right? Well, it's pretty hard when the AI is this bad. The rival before the league opens with Sandslash, and I use a single Meditate. After that, I knock Sandslash out right away. I forget that Execute is a Psychic type and go for High Jump Kick again, making this fight take slightly longer. Ninetales comes out and goes down right away. Cloyster is next, and here I miss High Jump Kick, allowing everyone to see the 1 HP of recoil damage it deals. Cloyster misses its clamp and immediately goes down the next turn. Kadabra doesn't outspeed, and I take it out right away with my high physical attack. Jolteon does outspeed and goes for agility. Is Jolteon just gonna spam agility against us? I really hope that that isn't the case. Now it's time for the league. Do you think I can do it? Hitmonlee is a serious beast, and I really believe in it. Aside from Agatha, I actually think that this is gonna be easy. Versus Lorelei, I set up against Dewgong with 3 Meditates. Thanks to everyone in the chat for explaining why Dewgong doesn't always go for rest in this generation. After that, I KO it and Cloyster with super effective High Jump Kicks. Now we need a little bit of luck against Slowbro. Unless you want to set up more against Dewgong, if Slowbro uses Psychic first turn, it will KO you. Setting up more would allow you to take it out with a single hit, but 2 hits is fine for me. It almost always goes for Amnesia anyways. Jinx is a one-hit with Body Slam, leading to Lapras. Unfortunately, I miss my Jump Kick and Lapras hits me for a small amount of damage with Body Slam. Luckily, no paralysis, and I finish it off the next turn. Funny enough, Bruno requires some planning. His Hitmonchan can deal some damage to us, and his second Onix is a range with High Jump Kick. It can land Earthquake and deal massive damage. Finally, Machamp is a 2-hitter, and for whatever reason, it really likes to use a turn 1 strength or submission against Hitmonlee. The solution is easy. Meditate once against the first Onix. This sets up a sweep all the way until Machamp. While I can't take it down in a single hit, I can survive through the first attack and take it out the next turn. The Ghostmaster Agatha is the trainer I've been most scared for this entire run. Funny enough, the answer here is incredibly simple. Rest. With rest, Hitmonlee can always recover its health and heal bad status conditions. Because Seismic Toss has 20 PP, I never feel extremely pressured to take the ghosts out. The scariest Pokemon in this entire fight is actually the Golbat, who knows Wing Attack. I never thought I'd utter those words. After taking out the first Gengar, which is extremely easy due to its propensity to spam Substitute, Golbat comes out. I go for Seismic Toss against it, and luckily it chooses Leech Life. Second turn I get poisoned, and then finally manage to take the Golbat down. This poison status is going to be helpful against Haunter. No Dream Eaters today. Haunter can't deal much damage to us, so we just spam Seismic Toss and take it down. I heal on Arbok and prepare for the final Gengar fight. Agatha switches into Gengar, just as I wake up and avoid a Dream Eater. From there, Seismic Toss takes down the Gengar, and Arbok is mopped up at the end. Honestly, only 7 fights. That was way easier than I anticipated, and the first 6 of those fights were with movesets not including Rest. Lance is very interesting. Gyarados is a serious threat with Hydro Pump. Luckily, this is the least frequently used move of its moveset. Normally this fight is a 2 or 3 turn setup with Meditate, and then 2 turns of High Jump Kick to take it down. This fight, however, I was trying something new and just brute forced it down with Seismic Toss. The first Dragonair is a simple one hit with High Jump Kick. The second one I need to use Mimic on and Steel Ice Beam. This is for the Dragonite at the end of the fight. This Ice Beam will do more damage to the Dragonite than a not very effective High Jump Kick. Aerodactyl is outsped by my Hitmonlee at level 59. Funny enough, at level 57 it outspeeds me. I had to use 2 rare candies several fights in to figure this out. Dragonite is last. Because it doesn't have outstanding special, I can survive one of its attacks and take it down on turn 2. This far in the league, this has been the hardest fight, which ends up making sense since Lance is more of a flying trainer than a dragon trainer. Okay, the champion fight is incredibly difficult. Against Sandslash, I need to set up 3 Meditates in order to take the Sandslash down in a single High Jump Kick. Every once in a while, an unlucky critical hit comes in and messes up my setup. I'd say around 30% of the fights allow me to get 3 turns of setup off. With Hitmonlee's Learn Set and this particular level, I don't see another option. After KOing the Sandslash, Alakazam comes out. At this level, we always outspeed it and take it down with a single hit from High Jump Kick. Executor is a miracle in this fight. I use it to heal and set up 3 more Meditates. Getting this setup off allows me to one-shot all of his remaining Pokemon. Cloyster is a one-hit from High Jump Kick, and then the most pivotal moment in this fight occurs. I must mimic Ninetales Quick Attack. This seems so silly, but at my current level, Jolteon outspeeds me and KOs me with Thunder immediately. I made it to Jolteon 3 times before this, and each time it landed its hit, knocking me out. Obviously Thunder doesn't have great accuracy, and if it missed, I'd just get a free win. But where's the fun in that? With Quick Attack as part of my moveset, I can knock the Ninetales out. Jolteon comes out, and Quick Attack lands first. I was worried I wouldn't do enough with this typically weak attack. However, my 6 turns of setup pay off, and I KO the Jolteon. I did it. I beat Pokemon Yellow with a Hitmonlee. Let me know in the comments below if you thought of another way to approach this run. I'm always excited to hear other people's thoughts on how this game can be played. I've got a trio of bug challenges coming up next, so stay tuned for those. If you're still watching, you're incredible. Thanks so much. If you want to help support the channel, I've left a couple Amazon links in the description. These are Amazon links to the gear that I use to record these challenges. If you click on one of those links and buy anything off Amazon, I'll get a small commission, and that'll allow me to continue making these videos. So thanks so much for supporting me, and I'll see you in my next challenge.